Good afternoon, everybody. I said good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah. So I think you people have been getting mails, right? You people have been getting mails. My madam will join very shortly. You have been getting mails. Now the evaluation process for the month of September is different. I hope you people have got the mails, franchisee. L2 have got the mail, franchisee has got the mail.
Yes, sir.
Respond, man.
Yes, sir.
So the evaluation process of September is very tight. September evaluation process. Can somebody say what are the evaluation process of September? Anybody? Let me check up whether you go to the mails or not. Coming from head office. Let me say whether you go for the mails, you check the mails or not. What are the evaluation process for the month of September? Anybody, any volunteer?
Hello.
Yes. Yes.
This is Afrin, sir, L2 of SSC Haveli.
Yeah, Afrin, tell me.
So the evaluation process is like this. It's based on the number of assignments.
Yes.
And the innovations done by the students at center.
Yes.
And third one is about the marketable project.
Very good.
And the points from the experts.
Yes, very good. 4 points.
And the attendance. And attendance.
5 points. One more point is there.
Assignments.
Assignments.
Assignments, yes, covered. There
And
is one more
projects.
point.
Projects.
Okay, correct. So that is 6 point evaluation. Now all these 6 points evaluation should reach me by the first week. I am traveling between 1st to 7th. Okay. So I will be back to the office on 10th for Star of the Month declaration. Okay, so by that time, all the evaluation sheet should reach Harinakshi madam and his team to compile. Third is a working day. Second, you have a session from Sabyasachi. 2nd of October, he is traveling to Sweden. So I have requested him. He has agreed to take a session on 2nd. So he will take a second session on 2nd, and then after that he will leave for Sweden. So and we'll be back only on the middle. So I have requested him. He has agreed. He has been nice enough. So he has a late night flight. He will be taking a 2:30, I think 2:30 to 5, right?
No, 1:30.
1:30 to 5 session on 2nd. And then I think 7 o'clock he will leave for the airport. So please understand their commitment levels, how the experts are committed. My L2, some of the L2s are not so committed. Fall in line fast. I want to see the same commitment level from my L2. Dear sir, do you want to speak something? Dear sir, join. Somebody tells you, dear sir, to join. I think all the franchisees have joined. Good. Good. So as I was telling you, the evaluation will be a 6 point evaluation. Please be disciplined. Some of the L2, they won't be part of our team because we found them indisciplined. Very soon you will come to know who is that L2. They are no longer with us. So we are very, very clear. Anybody who is not disciplined will not be a part of the team. Forget the second batch. They might not be a part of the team of the first batch also. They have already got a first casualty. So you will come to know very soon who that casualty is. Okay, that was basically because of the indisciplined approach. Okay, so that is one thing which for any project, indiscipline cannot be tolerated. So whether it is L2, whether it is L3, when my experts are so committed, I expect the same amount of commitment from my L2 also. So let us know all the L2s are there. I can see Altaf. Ashwin, are you there? Oh, Ashwin is in Kripanidhi. Correct. Ashwin, okay, fine. He is sent for us. I know I have sent him for the assignment in Kripanidhi. Yes, Ashwin is in Kripanidhi. Okay. Shweta is there. Priya is there. Mirchi, I can see. Very good. Then Mirchi, congratulations. You are doing good. Mirchi, congratulations. You are doing
Thank
good.
you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, continue the good work.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Continue the good work. I
Thank you,
expect a lot from KTC Hubli and Dharwad. You are
Yes, sir.
turning the tables. I am very happy. And I am very happy to KTC Hubli team. the way they are shaping up. Congratulations to KTC Hubli.
Thank you,
You
sir.
are really doing good. But sometimes I get a mail which disturbs me. College, I will not go, I will not visit, that disturbs me. So KTC Hubli, please understand one thing. The new regime of Phoenix is different. We don't get confused. We believe in confusing people. We don't get confused. So don't try that. Okay. So because the best part is the MD, DO, and professor, all the three talk one language. That is a problem. When all the three are different, then the confusion will happen. Now there is no confusion because all the three talk simple one language. Okay, so let's do the good job. KTC Hubli has also started doing some good job. Dharwad is doing good job. So let us continue the good job. Let us not get, because I want my one office, which is my, you can say my branch office. Why should they not be a part of my second project? Let them be a part of the second. That is what. So meet the colleges, sign up all franchisees. This is for all the franchisee. I want, and please take a note, by 30th of this month, I should get the list of colleges with whom you are signing the MOU. Am I clear? Am I clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Followed, sir.
Yes, all that list has to come to me. After that, effective 1st October, I will not add a single college. I am very clear. You have missed the bus. So please, which includes even my other 4 franchisees who are going to join in the second batch. I hope the other 4 franchisees have been sent the mail. Yes, Shweta? Great.
Other 3, sir.
Other 3.
Yeah,
No,
including
even that,
yeah.
even the other one. 4 franchisees who are being a part of my second batch will also, they have literally requested me. So I am allowing them. But those 4 additional franchisees also have to fall in line. Because my present franchisees, they have already seen what sort of a man professor is. They still don't know what professor is. So I will not compromise on discipline angles. Please understand that. So good. I'm very happy. Some of the centers, they are falling down from the star status. Please pick up. Please pick up. Don't fall. So September, as Amreen has told, this new evaluation will start. Send me all the list of your new evaluation. As you said, assignments, practicals, everything in place. Okay? Madam has joined?
No.
Okay. So everything in place. Join at 5 only. Okay. At 5 o'clock you give up. 5 o'clock. I wish everybody would be so respectful to me as to madam. Okay, great. So I think this is something which I wanted to tell all of you, that you all have come into the group. Good. Now the evaluation parameters will change. It will be more tougher. Now let me come to the main point. The Phoenix Trophy. The Phoenix Trophy is up for grabs. Starting from September. September, October, November will be basically the fight for Phoenix Trophy. Phoenix Trophy will only be given to one franchisee and that particular L2. So your game is on. I'm unfolding the game of the Phoenix Trophy now. Everybody, all 13 franchisees can be part of it. September onwards, the evaluation starts for the Phoenix Trophy. September, October, November. Now, the 6 parameters of evaluation has been explained to you just now. Take a case. I'm giving you a case. You have got your attendance very well done. Everybody, L2, center, very good. You have got your assignments done, practical done, 3 things done. But you lose out on your project, you lose out on your marketing, and you lose out on your, which is the 6th one? Assignments. So you're out of the Phoenix Trophy. Please understand, only attendance, all the 6 parameters will be taken care of for Phoenix Trophy. And I want Phoenix Trophy to be grabbed for everybody, whether it is Compact Dharwad, whether it is CK Tech. I'm very happy the way CK Tech is growing. I mean, personally, I'm very happy the way Dharwad is coming. Amazing. Congratulations to Dharwad. I'm very happy. I'm very, very happy. I'm very happy with the students of Dharwad, the way they have taken the challenge. I'm personally very happy. All the experts are very, very happy with Dharwad. So full marks to Mirji. The way Murji has turned around the tables of KTC, Hubli and Dharwad. Okay, so but please understand your sharp computer Belgavi has to literally, boom up now because you are losing the star status. There are some franchisee which is losing the star status. There are some franchises who are going to be the new stars. Okay, Compact, Dharwad and KTC Hubli are going to be a tough competitors. I'm telling you, they are really coming up. And CK Tech from nowhere has come. CK Tech Bangalore. We have given 2 new L2 to Bangalore, Kavita and Priya. I don't know what these 2 ladies have done. Suddenly I see CK Tech is the star status. And the star status is arranged by the experts. Experts are very happy. The way so please understand, I don't want that July, August, there were stars and suddenly you are losing the star status when the Phoenix Trophy is being evaluated. So now from September, October, November, Phoenix Trophy is up for grabs. Okay, and that is going to be a big function. DO and MD is planning big. Okay, so they will unfold that. I don't want to take their priorities. That is their priority. DO and MD will decide. I will only say the content part. I want all my 13 franchises to take Phoenix Trophy, if you ask me. But that is not going to happen. Whoever is the best, he is going to be getting the trophy. So that is it. Phoenix Trophy is going to be a very, very great thing for the district. The whole district will come to know about it. We'll have press ads. It will go in the press. It is going to be very, very big. So please, the Phoenix Trophy evaluation starts from now. I think, has Madam joined? No? Just call her up. It is 501. So I think once Madam joins, so we will start the session today. All the 4 experts are evaluating you now. So do all the 4 experts thing, no expert. If you don't attend expert sessions, you are losing out on big, big time on evaluations. Sharp Belgavi is losing out the status. I'm again telling you, because it was number 2nd, I don't know which level it goes now. Whether 10, 11, 12, 13, I don't know. Because there are some franchisees who are falling big time. Let them not fall. Okay? That is one. So that is one I wanted to tell you. By the time now, Madam will join you very shortly. She's joined? Okay. Okay, over to Madam. Over to Madam. I think I will not come in between her session. Okay, over to Madam. Thank you. Thank you. And please go through the evaluative sessions. Very, very important.
Okay.
The six franchisees who have not attended, who has not evaluated, Madam is going to evaluate you now. So I hope they are ready. If today you are not ready, you are already gone from the start phase. Okay, over to Madam. Thank you very much, Madam.
Okay. Good evening to all of you. I'm sorry I was late today. I had a meeting. Very busy.
Good evening, madam.
So can we start with the evaluation and then we'll go to the session? Is there any team which is going to do something today? No?
Madam will mark them 0. No, Madam will mark them 0.
Vaishali Computers, I think they are not presented.
All the 6 were marked.
Yes, ma'am,
Vaishali-
we are ready.
Yes, madam. Vaishali computer is ready, ma'am. We will present.
Ma'am, are you able to see my screen?
Anita, can we start? Sorry to interrupt. This is L2 faculty talking to Sunita. Sunita, can you start from the beginning, like from where, how to create an EC2, and from there you start with it will be like better, understanding.
Okay, sir. So we are explaining all 4 now. So for that time sake, I just started from the instance. Hello.
Yeah, please continue.
Yes, ma'am. I have good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Myself Sunita, I am from Vaishali Computers. And here we have created the instance called EC2 with the example 1.1 name. And in this, I have created one index.html page using Linux editor. And now I'm showing what is there in that index.html. Okay, as soon as I open this, here we get index.html page. In index.html, I have written only EC2 instance with the web page hosting. Okay, this is our first assignment, ma'am. And next is a assignment from GitHub repository. For that, I have created another instance with the name GitHub repository. I have created an account to hide this. Sir, can you tell me how to hide this bar?
Which bar?
This menu bar is coming on my this website tabs.
No, we can't see anything in the menu bar over there. Now, what do you want to browse? You want to click on the.
No, I want to.
Hmm.
Yes, I want to go to the next tab.
Okay. So the last tab is the GitHub tab, no? On the top.
Yes, sir.
Click on that.
No, sir, but I'm getting menu bar here, so I'm not able to open that. Okay, ma'am, I have created GitHub account. In that, I have placed an index.html page, and that page is rendering from EC2 instance. When I click on this EC2 instance, I can get this index page from the GitHub repository. And the third one is load balancer. For load balancer, I have created one load balancer. Load balancer. In this, I have added 3 instances, which I can get here. Here is the instance 1. Whenever I refresh, I can get from different instances. Get render pages from different instances. So instance 1 and instance 2 and instance 3. This is about the third project, ma'am, and the final is the S3 bucket. Okay, S3 bucket, I have created vcsbucket.com. In this, I have inserted 2 HTML pages with a 1 image, and this HTML page is the main page, and error page displays whenever we try to access the pages which are not in this bucket. So at that time, this error page will be displayed.
Okay.
This is the HTML page which we have created.
Okay.
When I try to access some other page, like it will give error page, ma'am.
Okay.
This is all 4 projects I have done. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, good job done.
Thank you, ma'am.
Next one.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
This is Shruti from Kavita Computers, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead, Shruti.
In the last session, my teammate Sachin has presented 3 exercises, ma'am. And today, on the behalf of my team, I am presenting 3rd exercise, that is load balancer.
Okay.
Here we have created two EC2 instances, ma'am.
Hmm.
The IP address for the first EC2 instance is 117 and 75.
Okay.
And second IP address for a second EC2 instance is a 3261. Next, we have created a load balancer. This is our load balancer name, ma'am, and DNS name, and the load balancer state is a active, and the type of a load balancer is a application.
Okay.
And we have created a target group. In that, we have added two EC2 instances.
Okay.
So whenever we click on a refresh, it will change the IP addresses, ma'am.
Okay.
We have added a listener, ma'am, listeners,
Okay.
that is HTTP 80, and which distribute the traffic to the load balancer.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Good job done. Next one. Is there anyone else?
Yes, ma'am. This is Apurva from Comtech Dharwad.
Okay.
We are ready with S3 and GitHub assignments. So, just
Yeah,
want
do
to
that.
yes.
Okay. Do.
So first we'll show the S3 how it will work. So I have created two buckets. So here we have an option to create a bucket. So first one I have to show you the portfolio website bucket of mine. So first we'll make it
Okay.
we'll make it public so that everyone can access. So we in action we have to make public use ACL access control list so others can access our page. So make it public. It's successfully edited public state access. So next, the static website is so in index.html, and then we are opening the static website. This is our static website. So next is EC2 to GitHub. So in EC2, so we have created a Comtech GitHub. So in this, we'll connect this GitHub. We'll connect, and next we'll have a repository in a GitHub. We have created a aws.hosting in GitHub. So this is the HTML code which we are created the static website. So in a raw GitHub hack, we have created a static. We are copying this URL. So this is a Comtech website. So where we can learn how to make a website. That's all, ma'am.
Good job done.
Thank you, ma'am.
Any other team?
Yes, good evening, ma'am. Sharp copy text here.
Okay. Go ahead.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yeah, do it.
I am Pooja Nayak from Sharp Computer. Today I am going to explaining about exercise 1 and exercise 4, ma'am. Exercise 1 is about the post a static web page through EC2.
Okay.
So first thing, what is EC2? EC2 is nothing but it is an Amazon Elastic Computing Cloud, and which provides a scalable computing capacity in the AWS cloud, ma'am. Next, so first we should log into the AWS account, and then we should click on the EC2. In that EC2 dashboard, we should click on the instances to create a new instance. So then click on launch instance. Here launch an instance, we should provide the name. So for example, case 1. So next here application and OS images. We are choosing one of the operating system or AMI. We are using Amazon Linux. Next here we are choosing 64-bit Intel architecture. Next instance type we can keep as it is. Next, ma'am, also here key pair login. We should create a new key pair where we can securely connect to our instance. So click on create new pair, and here key pair name we should enter. For example, case 1 key pair. So next key pair type we keep as it is. Next private key file format we choose a PPK for use with the putty. So then click on create key pair. So next here network setting, we should choose the allow SSH traffic com and allow HTTP traffic on the internet, and we are keeping anywhere option only because we can access from anywhere. So next in the configure storage, we have free 30 GB storage and we are using 20 GB. So next then click on launch instance. Here we can see our instance is successfully launched. Next here we can see case 1. This is our instances running. So next we should click on instance ID. So here we can see our public IP address and private IP address. So next we should open the Putty software. Putty, it is used to open source terminal and is used to application transfer the files. So next here we should paste the public IP address. Copy. Here we should paste the public IP address. Next we should click on SHS. In that authentication, here we should browse the key pair. Open. Accept. Next here login as a EC2 user because we are using Amazon Linux operating system. So next authenticating with the public key. Next we should enter here. So here our virtual laptop is created. Next we should enter the sudo su. Su is a Unix command and which stands for the substitute user, and it is allow us to switch to a different users and execute a one or more command in the cell. So next we should enter the m update -y because makes our Linux machine to update the all packages along with their dependency. Next we should enter the m install -y. Here we install the Apache web server. Next we should enter the cd /var HTML. This is our default root folder of the web server. Next we should create a HTML file. So nano index.html. Nano is a text editor. So here should we write the HTML code. Next, after that, we should enter the service HTTPD start. Here we start the services web server. Next, we should enter the service HTTPD status. Next, so HTTPD. Next, after that, on the browser, we should paste the public IP address. Here we can see our web page. This is all about exercise 1. Ma'am, next I am going to explain about exercise 4.
Yes. Okay.
Exercise 4 is a host a static web page on S3. First, what is S3? S3 is the Amazon simple storage services is used to store and retrieve any amount of data at any time from anywhere. So we have done of EC2. Same thing we should follow here. First, we should go to the services, then click on S3. Then we should create a bucket. Click on create bucket. In this configuration, we should give the bucket name. For example, case 4. And next, in this object ownership, we should make the enable ACLS. Next, then click on create bucket. Here we can see our bucket is successfully created. This is case 4. Click on this bucket name. Here we should upload the file. Next, click on upload. After uploading the file, then we should go to the properties. Then we should go to the properties. In that static website hosting, click on edit option, and static website hosting as make enable. Next, here we should enter the index.html. Next, click on save changes. After that, we should go to the permission. In that edit of block public access, uncheck the block all public access. Next, click on save changes. Here we should type the confirm. Then click on confirm button. Next, after that, case 2. Index dot, this is HTML file, and we should make the public using ACL. Click on make public. Next, we should click on the object URL. This is our web page on exercise 4 using S3. Thank you, ma'am.
Good job. Very nice. Very confident. Good. Anybody else is there?
No, ma'am.
Madam, this is Altaf L2 here.
Yeah.
Madam, I would like to ask, is this the student which presented? This is the student. What happened is like I would like to update that there was I conducted a session a week last week for close to about like more than 1 hour. So is that the student part of that one or not? Because if she had learned by herself, I really appreciate that one. That's the reason I want to ask. Can you come up like? There was a session conducted by me one late night. I don't remember the exact date. Were you a part of that session?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
I attended that session, sir.
Okay. Okay. That's all, ma'am. Nothing to because I basically wanted to check like if she had get through by herself or like after the session. I want to know that because I forgot the name of the student.
Okay, so
The other one which I want to tell you is like one of the center was trying to do the converting HTTP to HTTPS. Last session we were having some issues. So what? In that one I would like to give an overall update. To make HTTP to HTTPS, there should be SSL to be installed. That could be done on 2 ways. One is you might be knowing like one is a self-signed certificate and one is a CA signed certificate authority certificate. In this case, we will be doing the self-signed certificate, and for other institutes work. And recently, one of the institute I was trying to do help a student. It was not happening for some reason. After the session, let me find it why it is not happening, and even probably that student or the center will present that particular project.
what happened?
No, I think some stuff. So I was telling that one of the center they couldn't able to do that, even though I gave the steps to do, and I also was along with them to do that one, but for some reason it was not working. After the session get over, I'll help them to finish that thing, and probably the next session or something they will present that.
Okay, very nice. If you are doing that and they are learning something, because there will be a lot of, see, when collaboration happens, so what happens is that there are few things which you know better, there are few things other people will know better. So, in that collaboration, everybody learns from each other. And that's what is, even I told you all in the first session that if you people do together some project where you combine the technology of AWS with AI and Python and IoT and come out with something unique, which can be patented. And if, believe me, students patent give you a huge, boost to your careers, and you have name, fame, and people come after you. You don't have to go after the companies. I've seen many of my students who have patent, in my university, and they are really doing very well, and the kind of thing. So collaboration is must, and all of you have done a better job. And I could see some of you, all of you had that confidence when you were speaking about it. So can we go ahead with the session, or is there any other team which is going to present? No? Okay.
Ma'am, I have a doubt, ma'am. This is L2 Saujanya from Kavita Computers. Once all the 4 instances have been done, I think it's marked done, right, ma'am? Okay. Yes, ma'am. That's so I had a doubt. So all 4 have been completed from Kavita Computers,
Yeah,
ma'am.
I think I gave 4 only, 4 or 3, I don't remember.
4, ma'am.
She did. S3 also she did. GitHub also she did, and the other. Yeah, I think she has done all. Okay, well done. All of you, I must praise that all L2 faculties are really very good, and they are training, not only they are basically training the students, they are also building the confidence level, because see, it's not about what knowledge you have, it is about how do you express that. You know many things, but when you go to an interview and you can't express that, so how will you, when you are not able to express, how will people know that you know this? So it's very important that how you present it. So I saw the last, Sharp Computer Belgavi, the girl was very confident and she was speaking with a lot of confidence. And if I'm a recruiter, I will definitely go ahead, because what I found her a difference in her presentation was that she was not just going and showing the exercise, but she was explaining also. So that's one thing, very good job. So can I go ahead and start my session?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so
Yes, ma'am.
much.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So I was actually trying to do something else, but then I got a feedback that most of the students, and even I saw the evaluation form, and I found most of them are doing AI with Python. And maybe there can be a question or a doubt that, why we are doing cloud computing. Though I explained you that cloud computing is a multi utility or multi-functional, multi-skilled, platform. So you should not say that, okay, I don't want to learn this because I'm doing AI with Python. And I thought, why not make a change and start with something else. I'm not so prepared well, but then I will try to do some justice. What I'll do is, I was trying to learn certain package on Python, which is because I'm a person who's not regularly actually doing programming. So for me, programming seems, or writing code seems little boring. I feel more comfortable in finding out tools where you don't require much of coding, or maybe where you do less coding and you get more out of it. So that's the reason, if you remember, there was a particular session where we discussed about AI with no codes. So I was doing something which I have not completed, but whatever I have learned, I'll try to do that, and then I'll give you some exercise after that. It's not for evaluation. You just try it on, because these are all online tools. And once you try it on, we can just understand how it is, because it's not about only teaching, but also about practicing what you have learned. So let's start. So are you able to see the screen, all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
So
ma'am.
today my session will be a little short because I will be giving you some hands-on exercise to do. And immediately if you do, you will learn better. There's no evaluation on this, but then something I felt if you do immediately, you will remember. Because when I was talking to some of my friends who are in the industry, they're saying that we are, the industry is moving from coding to no coding zone, where coders are okay, fine, they are also there. But then there are a lot of people who are, the lot of companies who are coming up with a lot of platform which can allow you to, anybody, not necessarily a person with a coding background, a person who is inclined towards programming can do that. It is like everybody's, uh, you know, uh, capability, or everybody with any kind of capability can use that tool and work. So this is something which I was doing, Python for non-programmers. So when we say Python for non-programmer, we'll start from a zero. How the Python from zero, you can start. It is just a kind of a beginner using some software, web application. So as you all know that Python is considered as one of the world most popular programming language, a great place for a beginner to learn, how to code. When I was doing a lot of online course, and I saw that all the online courses, when a person want to learn, even some of my students who are doing MBA and all, they come and say, ma'am, we want to learn Python. And I say, okay, fine, go to this particular site and learn it. It is not so difficult. And they come and they tell me that, ma'am, it's all filled with jargons, and which is not actually good for a beginner. Okay. So if you are talking about self-taught programming, so I feel for a beginner, in my, basically a non-programmer, you can learn Python from square one in a very relaxed and fun environment. There's no tension that what is, what kind of the coding you should write. Even if you go wrong, then again you have to go ahead and find out every line of the code, what has gone wrong. So we will learn here in this particular session Python step by step with the certain topics. And we will also do 3 projects, but today we will do only 1 project. And the project name is called fortune cookies, digital fortune cookies. In the next session, we will do word counter and guessing games. And I will also give you, after the session is, my session is completed, we'll have some time and you can just go on the browser, open the site and do a fun loving thing, which is like few very interesting one coding, on that particular site. So let's get started. So when I'm talking about the Python from zero, this is basically, I'm talking about a site called replit.com. So I will show you that site. So replit.com is a site where you can open an account with, you can sign with Gmail and you can write, you can see this is a console and this is a, the area, working area where you can write all kinds of codes like this. Okay. And so just a minute. And you can run the code directly and you can see the result in this console. So this is what we are going to do today. So let's start with something called, let's start from the beginning. I'm assuming that I know that you people have learned a lot in coding in Python and all, but I will assume that you all are beginners and you don't know the coding. So you forget about whatever you have learned in this, for only for this purpose, only for this session. And as you all know that Python has become so popular that everybody knows about Python. and everybody anywhere wants to learn it. So the only thing is that everybody thinks that it is a language or it's a kind of a programming language, very popular, but it is, learned, or it's very difficult. It can be learned only by the programmers, the developers. So this is a course which basically makes Python, or do it in a very fun loving way, and basically you can just learn the Python code in the browser. So the site which I am using here is called replit.com. I'll show you that. Let me first go through certain basics of Python and then I'll go to it. And I want you all to use this because there are a lot of websites which are available, which can run the Python code on the browsers. But replit.com I found is the best. So if you like to, want to know that what are the other Python platform available online, so you can go to Google, you can type Google Python online, and you can see a lot of different websites which will offer you all the kind of services which are almost similar. It will it will help you in writing codes, running it, testing it in your browser itself. I feel replit.com is actually the best among this. So when you go to replit.com, you have to just log in with your Google ID, and you create account. You can create account also. Like for example, you can click on sign up and create an account. Or if you have a Google, you want to join with a Google, you can join. I'll show you. So once you create an account here in Replit, we need to create a new REPL, which are called Python codes, to test your Python codes. So the website will likely change over time. Sometimes some new features are keep. I started using this website last year, but when I tried now for, I think last week, I was thinking, let me teach you something on Replit, and I found there are a lot of new addition to it. So there are a lot of things which keeps on coming, like for example the plus button was not there, now it is there in that. So what we are going to do is we are going to create a new REPL, which is called REPL in this. Then we need to select the Python. I'll just show you how to do that. Okay, so just give me a few seconds. I'm just keeping my, what do you say, the phone, my video off because my internet is slow, so I may lose you all. So that's the reason why I'm doing this. Okay. So we are going to just do one kind of a REPL. I will show you. Just let me share the screen with you. Can you all see the screen? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we are going to just create a kind of a REPL here, and I'm going to name it. So what we have to do is I have already sign in it, and this is a screen which is a home screen, and I'm just going to create one new REPL, and the template, you can select a template. I'm select a Python here, and then I'm going to name it. So I'm just going to name it as first line of code. Okay. And then I click on create REPL. Okay. Now you can see the screen here. This is a screen where I will write the code. It is just still loading. And this is a console where when I run the code, it will show you the result of that. So just a minute. So switch off my mobile. So now when we get trying to create a REPL, and I gave a name to REPL. So REPL is actually creating an environment which is already set up for you. And this is a place where you're going to type out the code and see the result of the Python code by running it here. So here where we have a main py, you can see this main py. Okay, so when we have a main py over here, what we are going to do is we're going to just write certain code which is very, very simple first, and then I show you how it runs, and then we'll go to something else. So let's go ahead and type our first line of the Python code. So I'm going to type in all the lowercase print and then do an open and close parenthesis. And you will note by just doing the opening one, REPL is smart enough to create an ending line. So I'm going to write here print. Okay, you can see here, once you do that, it just try to give you certain, help regarding related to that. Okay, you can see that all the extensions and everything has come here trying to help you. So I'm just going to write here in hello. Okay. Now you can see here, this is something when I write here hello. And what happens is deliberately I have done like this. When I write this and I write hello, typically, it shows me a red line here. This particular red line is shown because I have written a string and this string is not proper. So what's the problem in this? So the problem, what I have to do is I'll just create here. See now. And I'll try to run it. See. So this is how the simple it is. So you just write the proper code and it will tell you also help also. So I'm going to again now change this to okay. So like this, you can just simply type, hit a run button. And when I hit a run button, you can see the, hello Anita, which I have typed, and your first line of Python code is ready. So this is something how easy it is, that a particular person also can learn how to do it. Now let's go to certain basics of Python before we go ahead and write certain more things. Because whenever we are writing a code, we need to have certain kinds of understanding. I know you all might have an understanding on that, but when you are using this particular platform, we need to have a better understanding of that. So let me share my PPT now. First, I will explain, and then we will do the coding. Okay. So we have done already this, right? So the first basics of the coding is called, when you are actually beginning, you should understand certain fundamental building blocks of the Python. And one of the building block of the Python is variable. Right. So what is, we have just tried to create a new REPL in the replit.com. And in that we used one particular variable. What are variable? Variable are actually something which hold a piece of information, which can change over the time. That's a reason why it's called variable. It's not called fixed. So they can hold a number, they can hold a text, they can get further into anything. They can also have something kind of a logical statement, which we say Boolean statements. So we want to create a variable that represent how any kind of a text or a number. Let's take one example here now. What we'll do is we'll create a variable that represent how much money we have in our wallet. Okay. So what we are going to do is we are just going to go and simply call that variable as wallet. And in that variable wallet, we will keep the information, some money. Okay. So I'm going to say the wallet is equal to 41, some money, or maybe 100. So what is happening is when I keep 100 rupees in the wallet, which is also a variable. So I'm going to run this. When I want to hit run, nothing shows up. So I'll just show you something. We'll go back to Replit. Just a minute. So now what I'll do is I'll just create a variable and write wallet equal to 100. I'll run this. You see, nothing has happened. Okay. Why nothing is happening? Any idea? Anybody who can tell me? When I write something, I have created a wallet. I've created a variable called wallet. And I'm keeping the money.
We have just created variable, madam. We have not printed.
Correct.
We have created and stored the value.
Yeah. So what we have to do is now we have to write print. And in the print, what should I write? Should I write the variable name?
Wallet.
Yes.
Wallet.
Yes. Correct. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is, so I'm going to keep the, print this and I will write wallet. See here. So what happens if I change this to 45?
It will print 45.
Okay. So this is variable, right? You have understood that in variable, I can change the number value and I can put the value and I can print, and whatever is a value, it will keep on changing it. So this is actually you have to understand what are the various basics of that. Maybe you might have learned all these things. Now I want you people to make a variable called day and set it equal to date of the month. Like for example, today is 26th. Okay, like this, and make that variable day equal to the date of the month and hit and then print it. So whatever is a date, you have to print that. Can you do that? I'll just give a pause and then I'll wait and we'll go to the other basic. So you have to write a day and then you have to write equal to, what's the date today? Let's say 26th. I'm just leaving one line. It doesn't, I can write it in the other line also. I'm just leaving it because I'm teaching you people. So I can leave it if you want, you can leave it, doesn't make difference. So I just put. Okay. Why do you think it's not coming? What's the problem? See, when I write here, print day, nothing is coming. What is the problem? Why it's not giving me 26th? Any idea?
It's a string, ma'am. It should be.
We should give it in a double quotes.
So if I give it in a double quote, let me show you what will happen.
No, ma'am, not day. The 26th.
Line 6.
If we give it day in a double quotes means it will print day only.
See, it's saying here, when I'm putting that, it say line 6, day is equal to 26, syntax error. So there is an error here. Okay.
Yeah, we are
What is the error
adding
here?
numbers and
Yeah,
together,
correct.
ma'am.
And the string also. So it is showing me. So if I'm writing the number, variable number, and I'm adding a string, then in the string I have to put the quotes. Okay, now it is showing. Are you clear? So this is one thing which you people should know. The next thing which we need to learn is called ints and floats. So integers and floats, those are the next things that this is. So I'll just remove this and we'll talk about integers and floating point. So what is the integers? When we are talking about integers, this integers is actually we say the whole number without any decimal. Okay, so when I'm writing day as 21 or 26, which I took it in the last example, so that number does not have any decimal. So if we have a variable day and it is set equal to integers, like for example 26, and the integers can be positive, it can be negative, that doesn't matter at all. So let's say I want to take a variable and in that I want to put temperature. So what I will do is I will just write here temp, temperature, and I will put equal to, and then I will write minus 15. Right. And then I write print, and then I'm going to put temp. I'm going to run this. So here the integers can be in the negative number or can be in the positive number, but it is, if it has a decimal point, if it isn't, it can be, as I said, it's a whole number, but if it has a decimal point, what it becomes?
It becomes floating point, ma'am.
Yeah, correct. It becomes a floating point. So when I'm tracking my, for example, if I have to take a floating point example, I will, let's take, I want to measure exactly when are we using a floating point? When we want to actually measure the exact numbers. So I'm just writing it. So let's say weight. Okay. And I give here as, let's see, 75.5. Okay. So I'm writing here the weight, which is basically this. So this 0.5 is a very important because I want this specific number. This is an example of a float that I have a after decimal number 5. And this number with a decimal is called float. Now, if I have to use an example where I have to exactly show that the weight, if the weight is equivalent to the weight is around 70.5, 75.5, exactly like that. So what are the symbols which I can use? Exact weight. For example, when we are using a boolean and we are saying that, a boolean is an example where we can use a if statement or logical statements to understand underweight, overweight, or something like that. So at that particular point of time, I want to use exact 75.5 as a figure. It should not even take 75.4 or 70.5.6 as a the factor. So how do I do it? What particular symbol should we use?
F, ma'am.
Yeah.
F.
Yes, we will use yes.
F.
F. That is
for fun.
Yeah, but that F is basically we use when there is a string, right? So I'm going to run this. So this is how the normal things comes. Anyway, I will go to the booleans and then at that time I will tell you. Now these were about floating points and the integers. Now we will talk about the string. So what is a string? How do you represent a string in the Python? How do you write? What string? Any idea? How do you write a string in the Python? For example, if I have to write something like color is equal to blue, right? Equal to blue. It is showing me error here. What should I do to make it error?
Use blue in double quotes.
Double quotes. So is there any significance of double quotes or single quotes? Something like that. What if I use this?
Any can be used.
Anyone can use.
Right. See, now this is gone, right? So now I'm going to write print. Okay. And I'm going to put here so it's showing me, right? What if I put the double quotes?
Same thing appear.
Same thing?
Same thing will be printed.
Okay, so there's no difference between double quote and single quote?
No difference in Python.
So if we use single quote here instead of double, and I run the code, we will going to have the same output. The output will not change. The only thing we can do is we can have a mix. We can start with a double quote and then end with a single quote. If we do that, then what happens? Suppose
It will show error.
Any one can use.
Yeah.
Any one set can use.
Yes. So you have to use, that becomes an error. So string is basically trying to, whenever we want to put a string, we always have to put a double quote or single quote to make it look like a string. So this is about string. So, and so now when I'm talking about, for example, there's one more string example here. If I had a string like, let's say there is a shop name which I want to put, Nick's Pizza Shop. And I want to put also best one in the town. So I'll just write that. So I will just write print it is showing here, right? The Nick's Pizza Shop, best in town. But if I write here, I want to put this quotes here. Can I do that? And run. What is wrong here?
Plus concatenation.
Concatenation plus. If we add concatenation plus,
After shop.
After shop, what should I do?
Put a plus.
Plus.
Ma'am, you can escape it. Put a slash and escape the code.
Yeah, can you just write the correct code in the chat? Let me see, how do you correct it? If I have to put, like, I have to put an emphasis on best and I have to put quotes within quotes.
Oh. quotes within quotes, backslash, backslash.
I have to use both quotes also. Double quote, I want to emphasis on that word.
Correct.
Yeah. Anybody who can tell me? Okay.
Ma'am, you can put a slash before the double quote
Okay.
and after T.
Like this.
No, after T, ma'am. Yep.
Same error. What if I put it here?
No. Can you undo that, please?
Okay, but there is a slash which should come. Where it
Yeah,
should?
ma'am. That is before the quotes, ma'am.
Before the quotes?
Yeah.
This one?
No, right next to the quote. It should be slash and quote as like one word. Yep.
Okay. So you're saying here?
Space. No, ma'am. After shop, it should be a space.
Yeah.
Then it should be slash and then the quote.
Then the quote, still it is showing error. Then there is a space. Or should I put again one slash?
Yeah, but the first slash should be before the quotation, ma'am. Not before B. It should be before the quotes. Yeah.
There is a
That should probably work.
Yeah. Anybody else? That I have to put a quotes within. Is it possible to do that? Or should I put a double quote, single quote?
Single quote.
See here. Okay, so basically when we are doing a quote within the quote, so we have to use, if we use both as the same set like double quote and double quote, then there will be an error. I
Ma'am,
can
sorry.
do like this.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah.
Could you kindly use the other slash, ma'am?
See here, this also can be done. See here.
Yeah, I mean, if you
put it
need
here
double
also.
quotes, you can use the other slash.
Yeah. So if
Yep.
I can put after the next, I can show that this is one set and this is one set. So I can put, because see, I wanted to show this best into quote. And then I can put it here after next. So pizza shop best in town. This is next is one particular phrase, and pizza best shop best in town is one phrase where the best is becoming highlighted in the form of the quote. Okay. So this is something which is a string and with the quotes and quote within the quotes. Now let's understand the next one, which is called Boolean and if statements, right? Now, you know about integers and string and float, all of you know about that. The Boolean is actually a way to represent yes and no situation, true or false, or it can be a zero. So whenever we have a statement, a logical statement, if this is this, if there is a condition, say yes, it is true. Condition is true, say do something. Condition is false, do something. So we have also heard a term called binary. That is exactly what float is. And when we are thinking a kind of a situation where we have two options, then we will be using a boolean. Like for example, the computer is on and off, that kind of a situation. If you want to make a variable that represent whether my, suppose we will be doing something called where you want to represent my light is on and off, and I can say my light, the light is on and off. So I will just try that. So I'm trying to create a Boolean statement to find out whether the light is on or off. Any idea why I'm putting this? Or is it required? And I'll set it to, let's say, true. Okay. Okay. Now,
Ma'am, we can make it
I have
T
not put
true.
any
T
double
capital.
quotes around
T
it.
should be capital.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I wanted you people to point it out. I have not put, this is a string again, right? A variable which has a string, value as a string. So it is showing as a wrong syntax. Should I put double quotes or should I put, what is a thing which I should do it here? So here I have to.
T should be capital.
Okay. So now see here, here we don't have to put in the string, because the conditions are true and false into a kind of a double quotes or something like that. So if we want to it to be true, whether we say that the condition, if the light is on, say if it is yes condition or a true condition, then it should say yes. So, or it should say yes, light is on. So now, when, as I said, capital T and capital 1, that is one thing which you have to learn about here. And also I can write false condition to a particular thing. So I'm going to test it with the true conditions with capital T. Even if I'm writing a false condition, I have to write capital F in the false. So now here I want to now do, when I do it run, nothing happens. Why? What should I do to print? What should I do here to have a,
Write print statement.
okay,
You have to write print statement.
okay. So I'm going to write print, then what I'm going to put within this brackets.
Bool,
Light is
bool,
on.
bool keyword.
Which keyword?
Bool,
Boolean
BOOL,
keywords.
Boolean keyword.
Boolean keywords, right? So in that Boolean keywords, that is light is
On.
yeah. Okay, and I'll run it. It says true, right? What if I write false?
It will say false.
So it says false. Okay, so this is actually the Boolean. In that state, you can take a statement and you can write a code where a condition is true, it will do something. And when a condition is false, it will do something. Let's say if I want, you people can write in the chat box. In the same situation, if the light is on, I want to print certain information on the console where it says, now here it is only saying true and false. I don't want true and false. Or the print, it should print, hey, the light is on. Suppose if the light is on. So how do I write that?
If statement डाल सकते हैं.
If light is on,
Hmm.
else false.
Okay, write that on the in the chat box. So how we are going to do? Let me see in the chat. No, if the light is on, it should say, if it is a condition true. Let me change it to true. It should print not true and false, because now when I'm running, it is printing true and false. I don't want to print as true and false. I want to print it as, hey, light is on. So what should I do? Yeah. Till now, I've not got any true or correct answer. If light is on, correct. This one is correct. So I'm just going to write. I'm going to use now the logical statement. If light is on. Okay. And after that, what should I do?
Colon, ma'am.
Print.
Then after that, should I do something else?
Print light is on.
Enter and print highlight is
So,
on.
so where should I put it? Should I put it in the same, suppose in the fifth?
After a tab. After a tab.
Yes, after a tab, then I will write print.
Highlight is on.
Okay.
Hello. Yeah, hi, Karna.
Okay.
I'm good. How are you?
We're going to run this. See ya. Right. So this is how the, you know, so this is how basically the three kinds of variables I told you. The variables, string, numbers, float, integers, and boolean. Okay. So let's keep all these things on. And I'm going to give you one exercise. And then there you have something called comparison also. So comparison again, let's like when we use a Boolean statement, light is on, and we are testing on true and you know, false situation. If it is true, we are printing something. If it is false, for example, if I write it here as false and run, it says false. What if I want to print something else? See, if it is a true condition, it will say print hey light is on. But I'm trying to write it a false condition. And when I say false condition, it should print something. It should say something.
Yeah, madam, we should put else and print one more statement.
So what will be the print statement over here?
Light is off.
Write else. Then
enter.
Colon.
Okay.
Enter.
After enter.
Tab.
Should I give a tab? Yes. Then what should I write? Print light is off.
Light.
Should I write that? There is an error in this, in the sixth line.
In front of else, you should put a colon, ma'am.
You should put the colon also again.
Colon.
Yes. So what should be the colon here? Tell me.
No.
Yes. What should we put in this colon?
Ma'am, colon, ma'am, not the braces.
Colon and semicolon will be there, ma'am.
Yeah, but then apart from this, can you just put okay, fine, yeah. And I run it. If I type it true, and run, so the light is on. So these are very, very simple things. You all know about it. We will just going to do one exercise. I'm going to show this exercise, and I want you people to tell me what will be the coding for that. Okay. And this exercise is basically called fortune cookies. Okay, I'll just write it. And in this fortune cookies, you have to actually use certain kinds of Python skills. And this is a project, okay? And it's called Fortune Cookies Project. So what you are doing is you are creating a kind of a project where any random number becomes a fortune cookie number. And here we are not giving any input. It will automatically draw a number, lucky number. For example, when you want buy a lottery ticket, you have a ticket with a number, and the lottery person pick up a random number and say that this is a number which is lucky and it has won the prize. That's called fortune cookie. So we also want to do something like that. We just want to put some random numbers. It should come some random numbers, which are also called randomness, into your Python projects. So, which is a very important module. It's a chunk of code which is someone else has written, and that you can import as random into your Python. So, what we are going to do, we are going to do some randomness in our code, and we are going to import that. And that random module which we are going to import, can somebody tell me any random module or random thing which you can import to get randomness of the number, random integers? Any idea?
We should import random package, ma'am.
So let's say, what should I do here? Let's do one thing. I'll just put random. So after that, do I in the random, I put two sets of number. Let's say 1 and then 10. Right. If something is wrong over here. What should be before random? What should
Import
Yes.
import underscore RA, ma'am.
Okay. So import random. Okay. And I'm going to import the two random numbers from 1 to 10. Okay. Here also something is wrong. What should I do here? I need to import the number from 1 to 10.
Ma'am, import random is a package, madam. From that package, we have to call the function randint.
Okay.
Import random dot randint.
Yes, randint we are going to use it later. But here I want to use random, this import random randint. Randint I am going to use it later for the other function. Here I'm just going to use random. Can I use, here it is all okay. What's the problem here? Yeah, anybody can tell? Can you write a code for this where you can just import? See, if you want to import certain things from some kind of a coding into your console, what you can do is you can go to various other sites. Let's show you that. Can you see this? These are the Python random module. You can go to V3 School. There are a lot of sites which are available. I like this particular site, which is v3school.com. And there are a lot of random, values which are there. So you can see here, this is one random float numbers between 0 and 1. Just click on this. It says import random. And then while doing the print, we will write like this. Okay. So what is wrong in this when I'm typing here? So this is a syntax.
Next line we have to type print.
Okay. So next time I'm going to write random, but I have to put the number 0 to 110. So should I type this and should I get, just let me see. See, I'm getting floating numbers over here. Why I'm getting floating numbers? I want whole numbers, integers. Yeah.
We should do random.
I want numbers between 1 to 10.
Yes, ma'am. Random.
1,
range
10.
has to be mentioned. Random int.
In that, should I write the range? 110.
Ma'am, randint.
Huh?
Print random dot randint. Random.
Okay.
Dot randint.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's done. Yes, correct. So I'm getting random numbers between 1 and 10. This is called fortune cookies. Okay, now I'll give you some exercise which you people can do on your own. Now, this exercise is basically here, which you can go to this particular site. And I did just very normal and very beginner thing, basic things. I want you people to go to this site, which I'm going to post it on this. And I want you to learn, try out this and show me. Just a minute. So here, this is a site, few projects are there. So I want you all to take one particular project and show me now. You can try it in your browser. Just open Randit. Okay, those who have done can show me. It's a very simple exercise, but actually it will help you in understanding. For example, the first project, if you can see, is adventure story. So where you can just write one particular story, and you can import certain modules, and you can see the coding is also given. I want you to try it in Randit. This is in the Randit itself. These projects are then built. You can get some story like this. So this is the first exercise. And the next exercise is text encoder, where whatever message you are writing, it should get coded into some kind of a special characters, letters, or whatever you wish. So for example, if the input is message, you would like encoded, and you want to encode it into alphabets, the secret alphabets like that. So there is the Python code is given here. You people can try this and show me. Then it is guess my number, again the import one, which we just did it. See here the same exercise, import random. And but here we are writing some number, and that is the number which we are guessing here. So slight difference. Then you have little advanced one. So I want you all to do this exercise, okay? And show me that how these particular exercises are basically you can use. I just want to ask you before you people do this exercise that have you used this particular application? Any center? Any of the center has used this?
Yes,
Or any other tool you have used to run and test the Python codes?
W3 school, madam.
W3 school you have used, right? That's what I was showing you here. The W3 school. That is also
We used online compiler, ma'am.
okay. Online interpreter and compiler.
Yes.
Okay, that you have used. But Reddit is something which is really good, Replit, because this is something which one of my friend told me long time back, and she said she is in the corporate world, and she said Replit is really good, and most of us are using Replit basically to write the Python code. And you can actually create a lot of projects. You can see here, there's a project here. Then this is also there. I'm going to stop here. I want you people to try it out and make sure that in the next class you come out with a new project on especially the same tool, because I'm using this tool, so I understand this tool well. So if you are doing it, I may be able to relate to it. So please use replit.com. Come out with a lot of projects. There are a lot of projects which are available here. So I can show you some projects which are available. For example, if you can go to these, there are inbuilt projects which has inbuilt codes. So they have, for example, if you see a project, and it can show you the file also. It's a game. It's a creating a game using this, and all kind of the coding is available. And if you want, you can just like this. You can see a lot of things. And if
Excuse me, ma'am. Your screen is not shared.
it's not shared, sorry. Can you see now? So when you go when you go to replit.com, you will have a lot of inbuilt project. Okay. From project 1, 2, 6, 7 are there. So like, for example, I'm in the Python 3 project, which is about creating a game, the Pac-Man or Hangman game, which we normally used to play. Used to be a very popular game. So that is there. And if I want to see, I can even play the video, and in the video, it shows everything, right? All kinds of coding and how it is done. So even here also you have the main py file, the Python file, and this is the coding for that. So these exercises you can just help, and these are very small exercises which you can do, and you can just try it out. Then there are other projects also which are there. I'll show you. So we can see this is all in Replit. Replit actually gives you a lot good understanding about the Python and the various kinds of project created on Python. So you can see here the files are there with all coding. If you want, you can run the video, and one by one, step by step, you can practice this. So like this, there are so many projects which are there in the Replit with the code, and you can try all those kinds of mini projects. So many kinds of gaming projects, and the interpreter projects, all those kinds of projects are inbuilt into this. I want you all to practice on that. Once you practice on this particular platform, believe me, when we go, one of my daughter's friend, which she came to our house few days back, and we were talking about Python to her, and she said, auntie, we are using a lot of web application program which make this coding so simple, and we can test and we can see the result there itself, and there's so many inbuilt project into it. So when we are using in the corporate, that time also we are using these kinds of tools. So the idea came to me that why not learn something from the web application to run one Python code. So I would like you all to go through this. Is not an evaluation. See, this V3 school is good about all kinds of programming language. Even for Java also, you will have a lot of syntax. You have a lot of tutorial on that, and a lot of coding which are available. Bootstrap is there, PHP is there, SQL is JavaScript, CSS, HTML. So all can take a help from this V3 school. I'll just write the address of this in your chat box. This is a very good site. Do a lot of projects from there. When you do a lot of projects, because these are all inbuilt and already projects which are available in this, you will have a better understanding. So all these kinds, see, all the codes are there, all examples are there, all exercises are there. So if we go to Python, we will again find some exercises. Yes, there are examples. This all I was teaching you. I learned from here only, all these things. Python syntax, Python variable, numbers, floating, float, strings, and all these things are explained. Python operators, list, then tuples, Python sets, dictionaries, if-else statement, loop, functions, then Python lambda, very popular one, arrays. All these things I want you people. So everything is here. So this is also a very good site. But I personally feel if you go to replit.com, you can just run your code and you can see it is more easy to do that. It is more easy to learn from here. You can learn from both this site V3 and also the replit.com. Okay. So we'll wind up this, session now. If there's any question you can want to ask, you can ask. And also I want a suggestion from you that if you want to have a particular session, especially on anything, if I can deliver that, it is not like that I know everything. So if you feel there is a particular session, you can I can go ahead and I can deliver, because 26th again my session is there. So I can go ahead and I can try to prepare myself on that and do something on that. It can be on AI. You can suggest me also the topic, whether you want on AI, you want examples, industry examples, and do you want on IoT? Do you want some project? And also I wanted to know, there were some groups, who have sent certain kinds of projects to me, which were very interesting. And I really liked it. But then suddenly everything stopped. After that, nobody responded. Somebody is asking, ma'am, is no code that gives birth to security issues that arise if there is a lack of control because we heavily on it? I've not understood actually what you mean. But what I've understood is that, see, security is an issue everywhere, right? But these kinds of things are, you're creating your own account, and whatever you are doing is stored in your own account. So unless and until it is hacked or you are giving your account detail to other people to see, it's on the public platform, it's an open source, but then again at the same time, with your account, it is stored, it is very secure. So I don't think there is an issue like that. Okay. So, okay, then let's wind off today's session. And you can just send me a message. You can tell the the other center, other director and all, that what you want to learn in the next class, and we will try it out. Okay. Any questions? Okay, then bye. Good night.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye, ma'am.
First,